Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Saturday evening to those of you on this side of the world, and Sunday morning for those of you on the other side of the world. Good to be with you. Hope you're having a great weekend. And I'm just getting my desktop all prepared here, and then we will get into the readings. All right. I think we are set there. Let me just set this to live, and we are good to go. All right. You're set. So, if you are new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you want to find out how all the free readings work and how donations work and prioritization, all that's listed in the description box of the video down below. So you can check that out. And then also the free content that I offer is in the description box below. Um, I You might notice if you're steadily follow me, I used to have Moon Day Mondays and Take 10 with Zen Tuesdays as early as this week. But starting next week, I'm not going to do those for a while. I'm balancing things out and making sure I'm taking time to develop my own spirituality and develop my own skills as well, my spiritual gifts. So I needed to balance some things. So I'm going to keep my Pick a Card Wednesdays, so I'll continue those, and of course the lives and my praying mantis sessions as well for my members. And those are the big things I'm going to be focusing on. So you'll notice those changes or not, and either way is cool. Um, tomorrow we have daylight savings time in the United States, which means that in springtime we spring forward, um, but in fall we fall backward an hour, and so we relive an hour. So I can never get it quite straight in my head, even though it's been how many years of my life. This might be the last year we have it, though. It's supposedly in our government talking about doing away with daylight savings time. We'll see. But for those of you that do not celebrate daylight savings time, you'll notice a change in an hour's worth. Let's see. So if it's falling back when it's really, if it's 6 o'clock now, if we fall back, it'll be 5 o'clock. So I'll be an hour later than normal or an hour earlier, whichever way it is. You'll notice I'm not going to be on at the exact same time. And if you're in a country that doesn't celebrate, I could say celebrate like it's something fun. If you don't, participate in it, right? Spring forward, fall back, right? Um, So if you fall back, we're early, right? We're always things to early when it falls back. When it springs forward, you're late to things. When you fall back, you're early to things. So I'll be on an hour earlier, right, Gene? Is that right? I'll let you guys figure it out. All right, but we'll get started into the readings. And up first is Jean. So she's like, "Come on, spring forward to my reading already." So let's take a look here. And so, Jean, you're the first free reading coming up. Yeah, absolutely. So let's take a look here and see. So, what can you expect from this Virgo coming up? All right. And then you wanted to know the underlying energy, like on the bottom of the deck. Oh, okay. So we'll look at that. Um, so since you're the first one, we're gonna pull 4 cards here for you. What can you expect from them? Well, we've got, the Knight of Fire, which is, of course, the Knight of yeah, I like that the best is that we get an extra hour of sleep. But fast movement, whatever is gonna be happening with the Virgo, there's fast movement that's coming in here. And we've got the Hierophant, which we also have you can expect here this energy of, seeing things from this higher perspective, seeking of truth a lot that's coming in with them here. So they're really this discovery, and it's like truth is coming forward. clarity is coming forward in who they who they feel they are, what they want in life, and what they want, with you. And we've got the high priestess, which is the unknown, the hidden is revealed, and the two of earth, which is this beautiful balance coming into the outside world too. So I like this stuff here that's coming in with them. And so it feels like things are about to be revealed, and um things are brought to the surface. What was below, yeah, and even below the energy underneath, we've got the 10 of air, the 10 of swords, which is the underlying energy of clarity. They're letting go of expectations, moving beyond these fears, the thoughts, the beliefs, the mindsets, that are coming in with all of this, which is this freedom that comes in with all of that, as well. The 10 is like exhaustion, trying to live up to all those supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts that everyone had given them, and there's this freedom that comes. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I love these cards too. This is what they are if anyone's interested into seeing them. Is it the Enchanted Fjordhoxa Tarot? Feels very Norwegian. Is that Norwegian or something? But I like it. Um, so we've got that for sure. That's coming in there. And so it does feel like, there's some revelations and some kind of like when someone doesn't see something that's right before their eyes, even though it's really obvious, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, duh, it's right here." That's the kind of feeling that I feel coming through there, Gene. So it seems positive, and I like it. So many blessings to you, and thank you for your sense of humor. All right. So I like it. I like it. I like it. And thank you, both you and Felicia, for uh, you know, uh, thanking everyone for all the thumbs up. It does help spread the Zen love, and it's something everyone can do for free. And you're part of the Love Tsunami. So thank you guys for giving the video a thumbs up or the stream, because it does encourage YouTube to uh, share my videos with other people as well. All right. So, Felicia, you are up next. Absolutely. You are very welcome. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. And you want an underlying card as well, Felicia. All right. So we'll take a look here, and you want to know what hidden obstacles should you be aware of that are blocking your new career opportunities. All right, let's take a look here. All right. I like these and what's underneath the deck here. All right. Well, so the what you need to be aware of that are blocking you here, you've got the 7 of air, which the 7 of swords talks about our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that keep us, they're like our our mindsets that are deceiving, that have cheated us out of opportunities in the past. Those are generally limiting beliefs, beliefs that make us feel powerless and undeserving, all those delicious feelings, right? So it's being aware of what of our thoughts are doing this, and taking the time to look at them, and have it flow, have it allow us to let those thoughts and beliefs be questioned and fall away, because once our brain questions it and understands that it's not true, it doesn't believe it anymore. So when we question something and see it for the lie that it is, then our mind stops believing it, if that makes sense. And you have the Queen of Fire, the Queen of Wands too. And so the queen, whatever the queen focuses on, is what grows and expands, right? And I know we get that coming up quite a lot when it comes to questions around career for a lot of people, And what happens is we're taught to focus on what we're missing, right? And when we focus on what we're missing in our life, then our energy pushes things away so that we miss it more because we're telling the universe we enjoy missing things. When we start focusing on gratitude for the job we have, the career we do have right now, or did have if we are not in a job and we're in between jobs, if we start being grateful for thank you for the jobs that I've had in my life, and I'm so grateful for every single one, writing down on a gratitude journal everything that you learned about yourself, about skills. I feel like that this will help transform these things. It'll almost kill these two birds with one stone because when we have limiting thoughts and beliefs, when I start recording what I learned and what I accomplished in each job and how the gratitude around it, then I'm starting to go, you know what? I've done a lot. I'm pretty badass, right? And I like this for you. So I feel like if you maybe take time to do that, definitely see what is happening there. Underneath the surface on the bottom of the deck, you've got the six of fire, the six of wands, which is victory, movement. And so the gratitude for thank you for bringing me the job, and I know that I'm going to find a job that is going to make me happy. And so this gratitude journal, it's like a career gratitude journal. Or at least if you have a gratitude journal, you're starting an emphasis on career, on what you're grateful for what you did learn. If you're in a job now, what you're grateful for. And if you're not in a job, what you're grateful for in life, and then what you're grateful for what's coming. And there is this victory, underlying victory and smoothness. It's like, do we believe we're never going to find the career? Well, then we feed that and push it further away. But when we really have this belief and going, you know what? I can trust you, and you're bringing me for my best to me into my life, and you're keeping me away from things that are not for me, right? So I feel like the blocking that's coming in here is that we're focusing on what we don't have and what was missing in other jobs rather than what we're grateful for and what we've had in other jobs, um, and especially what we've learned. So hopefully that helps, Felicia. And that is what they have for you for right now. So many blessings to you. Right. And let's see, we answered that one. We answered that one and that one. Oops, scrolled a little too fast there. So, Andrea 54 Hector, hello, hello. You'd like a channel message from your loved ones about your relationship with your Leo boyfriend, Jay. All right, let's see. What do your loved ones on the other side want you to know about your Leo boyfriend? All right. So in relative style, ending and beginning and going a different direction. Uh, so they're telling you with these two cards, death and rebirth, they're saying you deserve better, move on. And the three of wands is changing of direction with them as well. So I mean, I know if you probably love them since they're your boyfriend. But when you ask your relatives for for their opinion, in this case, since they're on the other side, they're just like, well, honestly, that they feel the relationship has gone its direction here. And the three of wands is about change of direction. With the new information that you have received or will receive, you're like, okay, it's time for me to separate and move into a new direction in my life. But that's the channeled messages from in there. It's just, it's not a mistake. You met each other on purpose for a purpose. You've learned what you've needed to learn from them. You've experienced what you needed to experience, and now you will continue to learn what from those experiences, but you don't need to be in the relationship anymore for that. And your loved ones are saying that it's okay. We don't judge you for, it was on purpose for a purpose. And they see the purpose as deeper and more expansive than we ever will in our human form. And then we go to the other side and we're like, oh, That's why we wanted to do that. So that's what's coming in for you, Andrea. So, what are you gonna do with your relatives? But that is what is coming in. So many blessings to you and hang in there. And then I do have a donation, couple donations that came in. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Gita, for your donation. Let me give it a little love there since it lets me do that. And I want to know what's A thinking about you. All right, let's take a look here and see what spirit wants you to know. Now, when we're asking about what other people are thinking of us, keep in mind that we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So, if I'm a monkey looking in a mirror of other people, I'm going to see monkeys all over the place. If I am a giraffe, I'm going to see a giraffe. If I'm a lion, I'm going to see a lion. So when we're asking what are they thinking about me, they're thinking based on the reflections they're seeing about themselves. So I always like to, even though I haven't seen the cards yet, I like to precursor that, because so much of like other people's opinion, it's none of our business. There's a meme that says that other people's opinion of us is none of our business, because it has little to do with us and more about what they're seeing when they look in their own mirror, right? But let's take a look here. Well, this tells you about how they feel about themselves too. The sun, brightness. There's this it's Leo energy, the sun card, which shines light upon things. It is a bright light, it is warmth, it is fire, there's passion. And so they do see this brightness about you that brings that into their life here. Let's see what else they have here too. Yeah, two of earth. And the two of earth, the two of pentacles, it is about balance of the outside world. And so there's this ebb and flow, and they do, again, when it comes into it, it's when the moon, is full, it draws the tides bigger, and when the moon is, further away, then it, shallower tides. And so there is this energy that comes in here of like, depends on the moment, in this one. Let's see what else comes in here, because you got one side the sun, and I feel like it's saying there's an ebb and flow, and then sometimes they also see you here with judgment, which is the higher self, and it pulls it and sees it from a different perspective here. Um, with the two X's, that's really standing up here. It's like double endings and double new beginnings. And let me get the clarity on here. Yeah, so I see here the double endings. So there's times when they're like, "Wow, this is great," and depending on how they're feeling, it seems like there might be some conflict here. The 5 of air, the 5 of swords represents like verbal conflict or mental conflict, and the 7 of pentacles too, which is a lot of slowness. It's 7 of pentacles is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. It takes a long time. So I feel like there's times when they're impatient, and there's times when there's some disagreements on beliefs or expectations that come in. And during those times, they don't feel you so bright. Like us all, right? And so there is this ebb and flow, but it goes from going, wow, you are the sun, you are bright, you brighten up my life. And then there's this other kind of, I usually don't look at the judgment card as like judgment, but it is especially when they have the 7 of pentacles being um representation of the Garden of Eden, with judgment, which is where judgment is formed, um, historically. It just feels like there's times where they feel like a spotlight and feel all warm, and then there's times where there's conflict between the two of you, or at least in their brain with that 5 of swords, if it doesn't make it to the outside world. But it goes back and forth, and that's normal. There's nothing to fear about that, unless we want to fear it. Um, but it's like that's life. We're never 100% always the sun, because yes, individually are never at our best. And so when we're not feeling good, everybody's a jerk, right? and when we're feeling great, everybody's wonderful, right? and and all the feelings and emotions in between. So I like this for you, and what Spirit likes to do occasionally when we ask the question, "What is someone thinking about me?" They like to kind of reverse that on us and ask us, "What do we feel about ourselves?" Right? And so in the situation that you are with A, how do you feel about yourself, right? So, um, I feel like that is what they want you to kind of look at as well and with this reading, understanding that whatever you're picking up from them is a mirror for you to see, oh, how is this true about myself? Where does this exist within me? So that is what's coming in for you, Gita. Again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And then Mia, you are up next. We're going to give that donation some love there. And thank you for that. And you want to know here, so it's up here. So, what will F understand about you and love in the coming months that he didn't get? He didn't get it. You didn't get it until now. Let's take a look here and see. What are the revelations regarding you and love as well? No, just those. All right. So let's take a look here. All right. Well, we've got here um the two of fire, the two of wands that is coming in here. And the thing about that I don't think they understood about you is that your passion runs on two. This is interesting. What does this mean? Your passion runs on two tracks and not two people, just on two tracks. And and they can run independently. That's interesting. So it feels like you can have passion of body and energy, and also this fire of emotion, and they can be separate. And I don't think they understood that you have this um two track system with passion. And if they experience the passion without emotion, they're like, wow, this is amazing. But when they experience passion, when you're like the tracks join, it's like it's not just one plus one, it's like this, it's huge. And I feel like they didn't know that because when I see all this, I see the page of earth, which is this new opportunity, this heightened opportunity of the physical, eh, plus the seven of, okay, that makes sense to now. I understand why these two cards are here. So here's the passion of the physical, and then we've got the passion of emotions, and there's so many emotions that you can bring in, and it brings a new type of passion here with the Ace of Wands. And I like this here. They don't realize that um, that they can run separate. You'd love him to get that. And I think he's realizing it here. It's like, what was that? And it's like, you can have access to both of these together, and it'll blow your mind, and it'll change your life because it's, they don't understand how intimacy is spiritual for you, and it goes beyond the physical energetic. I mean, it goes so much deeper, and it just it'll, and I feel like this is what they're beginning to understand about you. Um and in the coming months, I feel like this is when it's like, boom, what just happened, and it just tingles all over their body and in their heart and their mind, and they're just like, what just happened? I just feel that's what's coming in here. And it's beautiful because that's what right, congratulations, woohoo. Because there is this, this energy that comes in. It just takes some, getting outside of this cage of the norms of what they've been taught all their lives is is what's coming in. Because you have the devil card, which shakes up their belief systems, and the Knight of Fire, which brings in, this heightened connection. Yeah, even got the Hanged Man on the bottom here. So, I like that for you, and I feel like that's what's gonna be coming in here. You're so looking forward to it. Yeah, right? You just need to start, yeah, all the fire energy. It's like, need to start a school, right? Too funny. But that's what they have. I'm very happy for you, Mia Mia. So many blessings to you, and thank you again for your donation. And then Affinity is one. Let me give that some love too, and thank you for your donation. And you you are very welcome, Mia Mia. And so Infinity is one. You want to know what's the context and outcome next time you see the Leo. All right, let's take a look here. See what Spirit wants you to know here. All right. Okay. Well, I guess you're going to have some fire energy when it comes to the Leo, but look at the grounding that comes in too. So the context of the next time you see, you have the Knight of Fire, a lot of fast moving energy, and the Seven of Fire, standing the ground. There's this being seen, the standing out, this, being true to, each other's space. Like you each, are standing and being yourself. You're not allowing yourself to be swayed or whatever. It's like both of you are standing your ground, and it doesn't feel aggressive in like a fighting type of thing, but it just feels very confident. You both, the next time you guys come together, there's this inner confidence. Both of you just, it's like you're both Leos, both courageous Leo lions. Rawr. And if you're not a Leo, I feel like you shape shift into a Leo. Oh yeah, you think you can roar like a lion? Brah, I turn into a lion. I can be that too, and I like that here for you, um, because there is this transformation that happens here. The outcome is this movement, and this makes so much sense with those what we were just talking about, with the Five of Earth representing like lack, feeling left behind out in the cold, these feelings of abandonment that we've had, and when we feel like we're lacking and we're small, but that transforms and to this 9 and 10 of earth. The outcome feels very, all these three earth cards, very grounding. So this fire is grounded, and so it doesn't go. That's why I feel like it's not like a fire, and it's not like an out of control fire. It's not like aggression. It's strong fire pits, that have great amount of heat with it, but they're not spreading destruction. They are um, being contained and serving a purpose, if that makes sense. Uh, but this transformation of lack and this courage that comes up here, on one hand, the outcome is this: the Nine of Earth, the Nine of Pentacles, is about this confidence and this independence. And with this inner independence, individually, that comes together, and the Ten of Earth becomes the Ten of Pentacles, which is this abundant feeling in the outside world. So I like this energy, because it does feel like, um, I don't want to say two warriors joining together, and um, it's like there's this trust that's built, this appreciation of each other's courage and skill in a way, and we can do battle together, not against each other, but it's us against the world kind of feeling that comes in with this, which is interesting. Infinity is one. Um, so hopefully that makes sense because there is this energy that's here. And yeah, and on the bottom of the deck, you've got the world card, which is victory and success and ending of old cycles and beginning of new adventure together. And that makes total sense too. It's just feels very much um cohesiveness where there might have been um any insecurities in both of you. It's like the vulnerability um has allowed you to see what each other's strengths are, and it's like it just so happens that their weakness is your strength and your weakness is their strength, and that therein becomes a great um partnership, if that makes sense. But that's what's coming in. So hopefully all that makes sense to you. Infinity is one. I see just this cool story of two warriors, you know, joining together on a new adventure, um, taking up arms together to go forward on quests together. So that's what's coming in. Again, hopefully that makes sense to you, because that's what's important. So, again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And I think that's it for the donation. So I'm going to scroll back to the top, and we left off with new love. So, hello, hello. And you want to know, should you put the bee in the attic or just let it be where it is? It's the only two options you have. All right. So let's take a look here. What is the better outcome? The in the attic or where it is at? And we'll take a look here and see what it brings here. So the attic here, it feels like the attic is this, if that is truly the only two choices that you have, it takes a little bit to get it up into the attic. And there is this energy of the magician is abundance and magic and fruition of things, right? This initiation of things. There's power that comes in doing that. Leaving it where it is, you've got the seven of air, seven of swords, which represents thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have deceived us and kept us from having things happen before. But and apologies, I don't know what the B is, but it feels like there's another option that's like, well, maybe there is a third option that I'm not thinking of. And with that temperance and the magician, it's almost like just give it a little bit of time. Like, I don't know if you're under a time crunch, but the temperance card almost feels like the addict out of the two choices that you're saying that you have, they're definitely, it feels like it's nudging you towards the attic in time. It's like, wait, give it some time first. But with that seven of swords, it's like, are there really only two options? Is there maybe another one? Maybe. Because I feel like there is. They're thinking there is. So I feel like there's like an additional solution that's coming up. But that's what's coming through, new love. So hopefully that helps. All right, and many blessings to you. All right, Dajona, you are up next. So let's take a look here. You want good things coming to you. And let's take a look here. And he said, me too as well, please. So I think you're wanting to know the underlying energy, if I am reading that correct. So let's take a look here. And what's on the bottom? All right. All right. Well, I do like this. I mean, well, you got a lot of thinking going on here. This is a good thing? This is a good thing coming? A lot of thinking. But you've got the 10 of swords, which is the release of a lot of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, and you've got the 6 of air, the 6 of swords, movement of thinking and believing, which can roll out into your outside world and actually be physical movement too. It can be movement from job, from home, from city, relationships, whatever it is. But whatever is happening here with the Hierophant, which again, Hierophant draws us up into capital T truths. There's a lot of truth being clarified here, a lot of truth that's being seen that's allowing you this forward movement. I keep on coming back to this 6 of air. The on the bottom of the deck, you do have the moon card, which is the hidden and the unknown being revealed, as well as the ace of pentacles, which is new opportunity opening up in the outside world. So it does tell me here, with all of this, that the blessing that's coming in is this release from something that brings you positive, smooth movement where you've been feeling stagnant. There is this movement that comes, but it comes from clarity of mind, becomes clarity of belief that comes in here too. And, with the moon card in combination of all this, it really does point to subconscious beliefs that may be running on autopilot down there that helps, move things forward. So I like that for you. It is a blessing because I just feel like it's time here. And then you even got the Eight of Cups on the bottom and the Eight of Earth. Oh my gosh. And the Chariot card, all of these on the bottom of the deck, which represent eights are flow in the outside world, flow of emotion, and the chariot card is movement, movement, movement with that chariot too. So definitely there's a blessing. There's a lot that's about to take off and go places for you. So whatever you've been feeling like again, like you feel like you're stuck in traffic and then suddenly all the traffic speeds up and starts going, maximum speed limit. You're like, woohoo! It's that type of feeling. All right. You are very welcome, Dijona, and that's what they have for you. And then Dollface Diva, you are up. You'd like a general for the week coming up. So let's take a look. Let's see what is coming up for the week. All right. So, got a lot of water happening this coming week with the moon energy, which very much is Mother Luna, very in tune with emotion, of course, and the Elder of Water, which is the King of Cups, balancing of the heart and the mind, because all the elders are also given a second portion of swords of air of thinking. So, there is this balancing of heart and mind that's coming in, but it's a very emotional week that's coming up. Just a lot of things coming to the surface, bubbling up with this moon energy. And I don't know, do we have a full moon? Feel here because we've got what do we got going on? Nothing here. Maybe it's the week after. Well, we have got a new moon on the 13th, that next Monday. So you might be picking up on the new moon energy that's coming in too, which is that in Scorpio? Yeah, in Scorpio. So water moon, a water new moon. So you're probably picking up on a lot of that energy coming in, but it is a time with that Scorpio energy diving deep into things and this new moon energy that's coming in. So I feel like it's balanced though, which I like. A lot of emotion, but you can ride the wave. It's like it's a huge wave, but you're at the top of it, just on your surfboard, and you're just handling it and you're balancing it. So even though there's a lot of emotion, just know that you're not giving anything more that you can handle with it. And I don't feel like it's extreme things. I just feel like there's a lot of little stuff that's causing emotional waves. It's not like huge emotional things. So that's what they have for you, Dollface Diva. So many blessings to you. And then awesome, you are up. Hello, hello. So is MH going to have a heart to heart with you soon? Let's take a look here and see. Is MH going to have a heart to heart soon? All right. We'll normally get two sets of cards here. Let's take a look here. All right. So we do here with the Ace of Air, which is Ace of Swords, new communication. So there is going to be a new conversation that they are going to be bringing up here. They're working on here with this Five of Pentacles, feelings of abandonment, feelings of, you know, worthlessness, abandonment, being left behind, being left out in the cold. And this is what they're hesitant, and they will be doing it, but what they're doing is they're building up their bravery to do it, because when they've brought up stuff before in past situations growing up, even all the way up back to their childhood, it never didn't fare well because they weren't a good communicator. And rather than communicating feelings and stuff, they would more point at others, right? It would come across just judgment of others in ways. And even if it's, and I don't feel like this is what they're, the heart to heart that they are wanting to have with you doesn't have to do with that, but it just makes them very hesitant and shy to go forward here. Because we do have here, we've got the Six of Fire, the Six of Wands, which is a victory card and a flow of energy, a, equal passion, three wands on each side, equal reciprocative uh, passion and drawing together. And the Eight of Water is them leaving behind old emotions and going forward into a new adventure, that's more in alignment. And I feel like the heart to heart here, I don't know, it just feels like it turns into them talking about their pain, and they kind of get consumed with it a little bit. But I feel like if you're patient with them, if have you ever had like people when you talk to them and they just start talking about all their exes and their pain, and you're just like, ugh, no. But because it's like we've all had experiences where people are just still consumed with exes, and you're just like, I don't want to be the rebound. But that's not what happens here. They're sharing their heart for a reason, and they're taking a roundabout way to tell you. And when they do, you're like, oh, now I see. Now I see why they were telling me all this stuff. Because it's like I'm working on some of this stuff and I'm not perfect. And this is what happened with so and so. And it's like they're not making excuses, they're just explaining themselves, if that makes sense. But I feel like it's they're getting the bravery up here, and I feel like it will be, soon. Um, I feel like with by the end of November, I feel like they're, getting very brave, and so I wouldn't be surprised if it's by the end of next week, but definitely I feel like by the end of November. So that's what's coming in for you. Awesome. So many blessings to you. And then Daisy, you are up next. Hey, Daisy, Daisy. So what does Spirit want you to know right now? And love and light to you too. Thank you for that. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Well, you do have this energy of balance here with the Two of Earth and the King of Pentacles, balancing your mind and grounding your mind, because Earth energy, all the kings, which is what this is, are all given a second portion of air. So it's the mind, grounding the mind and balancing the mind. Just this balance of the outside world. And so it could be that you're doing a lot and you're trying to achieve a lot and you have all these hands in all these different directions. They're like you can still do a lot, but there is a little nudge from spirit just to realize you don't have to do it all. And urgent things don't necessarily mean they're important, and that you can balance out your outside world and not try to achieve and do so much that you are, there's a lot that can be done, but you don't need to do it all. And I like that. Choose the important and allow yourself balance and time. Otherwise, you're going to burn yourself out. So I like that for you, Daisy. So, three things. You got three sets of hands in that picture. So whittle it down to just three. Three major focuses that you have. All right. And that's what they want you to know right now, Daisy. So many blessings to you. And then Shirley, hey, can you please tell me what good things are headed your way this month? All right, let's take a look here. All right. We do show here. You've got some great transformation that's happening because you got the 10 of swords, which is you're letting go of some great amount of expectations of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are been plaguing you and exhausting you, trying to please everyone all the time here. And I like that because there is this release that comes in with this. You've got the six of water, the six of cups, and this does tell me here that you have someone from your past coming in. And lately it's been meaning kind of past life, but I don't feel like in this case, I do feel like there is someone who is coming back into your life. Don't necessarily feel it's romantic because I feel like this, good thing that you realize is how you've been letting go of all of these expectations. You've been working on releasing your fears more and more and more and more and more. And I feel whoever this person is that comes back into your life is someone that I don't want to, no fear around this, but used to make your life like a living hell. You felt like you were living in hell, but it was because of your thoughts, the stories you were putting to things. But you really been learning that you're the one that controls the story. And so when you come across this person who would normally would have been like, "Oh God," you'd have walked the other way, you have this smile that just comes in and they smile back and you have this great interaction with whoever this is. And um, you walk away going, "What just happened?" And you realize through this how far you've come. And I like that for you because so much of our life we spend with ourselves, so we don't realize how we change. It's only when we meet people that we haven't seen in a long time that they're like, "Oh my gosh, you look so different." And you're like, "What?" And you're like, "I do." And you end up looking at an old picture and you're like, "Oh my god, I do. Wow." Because we are always with ourselves, we don't see the contrast because we are there all the time. So I like this. I feel like this is a good thing happening this month because you're seeing the growth that you've done and that you're not who you were a year ago. And I really like that for you. So that's what's coming in for you, Shirley. Shirley, so many blessings to you. All right. And then Rhonda, you are up next. And for anyone new coming in, if you want to know how the free readings work, be sure to check out the description box of the video. That will tell you how the whole process works. All right. And Rhonda, you want to know what's coming up for you? Dun, 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 dun. What does Spirit want you to know that's coming up for you here? Right. Yay. Ooh, spooky. This is like a Halloween card. You got the 8 of swords and the devil card. So this is great, Rhonda. I know it may not look like, well, yay. I got the devil and I get wrapped by spiders. What the heck is this? But it's good. 8 of swords is, and the devil card all have to do with thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets. And the devil card comes in, Saturn Capricorn energy that challenges long held beliefs that have been caging us. And the Eight of Swords is right along with this, the Eight of Air, which it makes us and allows us to, um, you know, realize what of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, right, have made us feel blinded and bound and trapped and caged by all these spiders, right? And it's freeing, and this is great because when we realize the cage that we have our heart in and the restrictions that we have ourselves in, when we have this freedom and we're able to escape from it and dismantle it, it's like life feels so light. All the energy we were investing in maintaining all of these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets and so much drive to try to achieve and hit these goals and reach these expectations. When the expectations drop, we're doing this and we have these expectations, we feel like we're always experiencing lack. When we bring these expectations down so low, we experience abundance all the time, and it does change how we perceive life and how we look at life too. So I like that for you, Rhonda, and this is a good thing. I love this release that's happening. Right, and that's what they have for you. So many blessings, my dear. Right, you're welcome. Awesome. You're welcome. Infinity is one. All right. All right. So up next, we've got Lydia here. I'm just going to take a quick sip here. All right. So a general reading, and how is the Virgo on your mind? How they feel about you. All right, let's take a look here. All right. Well, I like this. The general and how the Virgo that you have in your mind feels about you is this Three of Pentacles is about being true to your authentic self. And I like this. You had this Page of Pentacles, which is these new opportunities that are open in your world for you to really express who you truly are without trying to, well, not trying to, but without being drawn off the path through praise and punishment. That's how we grow up, is trying to fit in. Don't be yourself, please everyone so that we don't get ostracized from our pack. We're pack animals, humans. We don't want to, stand out and be ostracized. We're going to try to fit in and be cookie cutter with everyone else. Well, there's this point where you're like, I can't stand not being the true authentic me anymore, and I need to express my creativity. I need to be me. And there is these opportunities for you to do this and for you to express this in the outside world. And this is what the Virgo really likes. They like, wow, I like they like it when you are unique in yourself. When you're trying to fit in and be like everyone else, boring. When you're unique and different and you're yourself, that's what really attracts them, and they love that because they want that for themselves too, and they battle with that, trying to be true to themselves. um so I like this. I feel like it's being aware that there's naysayers that are always going to, we try to please them, we can never do enough, but the people who support us and are on our side, those are the ones that can sway us off from being true to our authentic self, because we don't want to lose their support and have them join that naysayer camp. So, this message from Spirit about the Three of Pentacles is be true to your authentic self. Don't try to be who you think the Virgo wants you to be, because the Virgo gets really attracted to you when you are your true self, not when you're trying to pretend to be someone else, trying to fit in, trying to be who you think they would be attracted to or whatever. It's like, don't be afraid, be you, and then this opens up new opportunities for you. So I like that for you, Lydia, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then we got Jay Z. You are up next. And you said a friend of yours is going through a tough time. You hear he's into addictions and in a dark place. You would like to know when he will be out of his dark phase. All right, let's take a look here based on current energies. All right. All right. Yeah, I see here. We've got the 7 of fire, 7 of wands coming in, and it's this time of feeling attacked by a lot of people. We've got the knight of water. They're in pursuit here of higher love and inner love, and we do have the 4 of air, which is peace of mind. So they will find it here. It's just part of their journey. I love this knight of cups, which is, you know, um this energy of uh, pursuit of this love they can only find inward and upward, and when they're in this dark place in the addictions, when we're close to hitting bottom, it's actually one of the best things that happens in our life. I know it sounds counter intuitive or counter to what we're taught things are supposed to be, but when we hit bottom, it's because we've looked for relationship situations and things to define us and to feel whole. And when they don't and we're disappointed, we get into a very dark place. And that's when we're trying to fill ourselves up with addictions and this and that. But when they're going to hit bottom, and when they do, they're realizing I can't find what I'm looking for out there. They find it in here. In fact, they might even end up, I kind of almost feel like with this rehab, that they end like a rehab, or they check themselves in because they want to get help and they want to transform things. And this is where they find the self-love, is when they're away from all the chaos and in this space where they're supported, and they don't feel like they're disappointing everybody. Um, so I feel I see that they'll have peace of mind with that. For the timing, I feel like they're November and December are really rough times of their life. I feel like they've lost important people in their lives, and the holidays really, really get them to a point where, it's like toward the end of December is when I kind of feel like they hit rock bottom, and they start the new year in a new place, as far as like in a facility of some sort to help them overcome these things and to transform these things. And that's what I feel is coming in here with all of those cards there, JC. So nothing you can do to change minds. You can only change hearts. And if you feel like your heart aches for them and there's nothing you can do, if you check out I have a playlist on my main page, Take 10 with Zen. At the very top, I think it's around episode 9 or so. It'll be called Heartache. It's right before heartbreak. Heartache is when our heart aches for someone and we feel like we're out of our power, like we can't do anything. So this ache in our heart, it talks about what we can do there. If you want to check that out, it's all free if you want to check it. So that's what's coming in, Jay-Z. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. And let me just see where we're at here. Right, so Marina, you'll be the next free reading, but I do have a donation, so I shall return. Thank you so much. Ow 11E1, or is that Ale? uh, you know who you are. I'm going to give you your donation a little love there. Thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Audrey. Okay. Thank you, Audrey. I love the 11s in there, the ones. And you'd like a general reading? Absolutely. Appreciate your donation. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know right now. Just going to give these a shuffle. All right. So what would you like Audrey to know? All right. Okie dokie dokie dokie. All right. Well, I like that we start here with this, star card coming in here. And it is about wishing upon a star. What is it that you truly, truly wish? And it is connection to our higher self in a way as well. But I feel like what's happening here is there's this clarity of what is your dream? What do I want with my life anyway? Kind of energy coming in here because you've got the Six of Swords, which is movement of thought and belief, and you're leaving going from choppy waters to calmer waters, and there's this movement, this flow that's happening. And the Elder of Air, the King of Swords, not only rules over swords, but all the kings are and elders are given a second portion of swords, which makes them the master of thought and belief, air sign. Star card is Aquarian energy, and the Elder of Air would also represent a lot of thinking and higher ways of thinking. The old ways of thinking don't fit anymore. And so it's time for new ways of thinking, the new ways of looking at stuff. You've been given a lot of thought and belief and mindset about what your dream should be and supposed to be and all that, right? But this elder wields this Ace of Swords here, and that allows them to not only connect to the capital T truths of higher truths of who you want to be and what you want to do and what your true wishes are, but it allows you to cut away those restrictive thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, the ones that when we wake up in the morning going, oh crap, I got to go live my dream today. Well, that's someone else's dream that we took on. But this is about finding out what does dream come true for you? What does wish come true mean for you? Not what you've been told it's supposed to mean, but what it truly means for you. And I like this because this helps spawn and bring in the Three of Pentacles, which is about you being true to the authentic you. And they're showing me like someone, and this happens to us all as we're growing up, people are handing us wet paper mache strips and we put them on our bodies and we put it on our bodies. Pretty soon we're like a mummy, entombed in all of these thoughts and beliefs. And we're not truly us. We are this mummified representation of everyone else's beliefs. But at some point, we just can't take it anymore and we start ripping it off. And that's what this Three of Pentacles is having you do, is to become true to the authentic you and pull those things away. So there's like this emergence coming here, and you do have the High Priestess, which the High Priestess steps back from all the chaos, connects upward, goes behind the veil, dives deep into the emotions, and she can transform when she's in there. She dips her feet, into the water here. I love all the phases of the moon down here in the water. Um, but she's able to dive into the hidden and the unknown, which is what I feel like you're in this place of upgrade, or coming out as a tarot reader or energy healer. It's like there's this, all right, I've been held back for so long, I've been holding myself back for so long because of these thoughts, these beliefs, these mindsets. But this high priest is so blessed with so many beautiful gifts that she's able to share with the world. And I feel like that's what's going on here, is you've been taking some time away to really determine what it is, and you're breaking free from that paper mache mummy uh, you know wrapping that's been around you, and you're emerging this new creation. And I feel like you're just ready to flow and be true to your authentic you. So I like this for you, Audrey. Boom. I love it. I love it. I love it. I can't wait to see. Hopefully you'll hang with us and share with what is coming in here, because I love this. It's like, look out, world. It's almost like you're a fire starter, and you're just your flame is consuming the mummy wrapping around you, because it's just, it can't contain you anymore. So I love it. Excellent. I love, love, love. So that is what they have for you. Yeah, you absolutely can. You absolutely can do that. So while I'm waiting, just for the sake of time, I'll keep watching and I'll jump down and prioritize it as soon as you put it there. But just for the sake of time, I'm going to jump to Marina for her free reading, which is what is coming in love for you this week. So let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want you to know about love coming in here for you this week. All right. So this week for love is interesting for you because you got the Queen of Earth, which is like Mother Nature, Mother Nurture with the Queen of Pentacles. There is this new birth. It's the focus on self love and loving yourself, doing things you love. Three of Cups, joy, celebration, but also your tribe. And so for love this week, this is about love of self and love of your close, like besties and hanging out with them. It's not about romance. It's not about, any of that. This is about love of, like I said, love of self and these if you don't have like a best friend or two best friends, I feel like this week is a week that you go do something you love and you meet people that also love what you do and you meet significant people, at least two. I feel like there's three peas in a pod, and I feel like this is the three of you. And I feel this is an important place this week because love expresses itself in a variety of ways. And it's funny because, you know, I used to have people and they're like, "Well, do you want to be my boyfriend or do you want to be my friend?" Because uh you can be my boyfriend for a certain amount of time or my friend forever. Why ruin it, And so that's the kind of, energy that I feel is coming in here, but a great week of reflection there. So I like it. I like it. I like it for you. And that is what they have for you, Marina. All right. And thank you, Audrey, for your second donation. Let me give that some love there too. All right. A healthy father. That's funny. I'll take that as a compliment. So you'd like to ask, why is getting back to your job getting delayed? You've waited 2 weeks to get back on the schedule, and it might have something to do with the people there. All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know. All right, what else? All right, what is going on with the job here? All right. All right. I do see here you've got a couple tens coming in, which so there is this transformation and this change coming up here. Ten of water is a great card because this is about emotional fulfillment, fullness, and overflowing. And with the two of fire, there's a dual message that comes in with here. I feel like there's a new opportunity that's coming your way, and that's why there's this delay because I feel like you being away from the job almost feels you you're realizing how joyful it was being away from there. I don't know why that's coming in, but it just feels like, wow, I forgot what it's like, and so, there's the job now, but there's also this other job that's coming because you've got the Sun card. The Sun card is joy, celebration, victory that's coming here, and both of these are very beautiful cards that come in, and there is this celebration, this energy that comes in. So I feel like they're preparing you to leave there eventually, but the two of wands, the other thing that tells us is whatever we focus on is what grows and expands. We are huge creators of our own lives. Spirit follows our nudging, our guidance, and it's like a little kid in a donut shop. If they walk into a donut shop and you know how they have those glass shelves, and if the little kid points at a donut over and over again, the baker will load up a dozen of those donuts and hand it to the kid, and the kid's like, "Gross, I hate these." And they're like, "Well, why were you pointing at them?" "'Cause I hate them." And they're like, "Well, this is a suggestion. Instead of focusing and pointing at what you hate, focus on what you love, and I'll give you dozens of that instead." And there's a great message in that, that when we focus on, like, we're taught, all of humans are, unless you're, you know, donated to a Buddhist monastery when you're a baby, we're taught to focus in on what we're missing in our life, what we feel we're missing anyway, what we hate in our life, what we fear will leave or come into our lives. And in doing that, we expand those and draw those things and ask for more of those things. If I focus on what I'm hating, I'm like, "Universe, I hate things. I love hating things. Can you give me more things to hate?" Or, "I love missing things. Can you miss having me miss things more?" And they're like, "Order up," because we're focusing on it. But when I point instead at what I'm grateful for, what I do want, and unconditional love, and joy, and peace, all that gratitude brings in more things to be grateful for. So there is this energy of, um, what we focus on grows, and so we can start focusing on, like, the job. What am I grateful for in this job? And that will help draw it, coming going back to it sooner. But I do feel with these other cards that there's this underlying purpose, of course, that they're preparing you for a move, because I feel like you're going to find something that's, in time. You've got the 7 of Pentacles, which represents, if I can get to focus here, there we go. Um, the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So things are growing and it's making its way to you. And when it does, you got the Wheel of Fortune, which is, your human is going to be so happy, because the Wheel of Fortune does tell us whatever happens in our life always happens for us, always. Just sometimes it's hard for our human to get on board with that. Like, how is that for me? But eventually, when the the tune of for you, the fortune, right? When that comes up, that means even our human is happy with how things unfold. And so I feel like, with this, it's not like you're terminated or anything like that. I feel like you go back, the more you focus on gratitude for what the current job is, the faster you get back into that, and the faster the new job comes to you as well, because the energy attracts instead of repels things out of your life. But I love this for you, because I feel like you get into that and you're still looking, because you're like, you know what? I don't like how things played out here, and I get it, but I just want something more. I wanna feel this 10 of cups again at a job, and it's gonna be something that you love instead of something that you're just surviving at, or you're just existing at. So I like this. So while you're having this time off, definitely be looking around for opportunities, and what is it that would make your heart sing? The job, we don't, how do we say it? We don't live to work. We work to live. And so what's living look like for you? And I like, this is time for clarity, that brings you into that kind of energy of the sun and the 10 of cups, instead of kind of energy. So hopefully that makes sense and is helpful for you, Audrey. But that's what they have for you right now. And many blessings to you. You are very welcome. All right. We'll scroll back up to here. We left off here with Ash. There's an Ashley up there. So you were Audrey, right? Yeah. So Ashley is next for the next free reading up here. Anyone ask a question? Does Aaron like you? All right. Let's take a look here and see if Aaron has interest in you here. You know, they are kind of consumed with their outside world. The 5 of fire, the 5 of wands, represents a lot of conflict and a lot of um conflict. Is that a good word? It just feels very, it's like a firestorm. It's almost like a hurricane, or like those tornadoes that are created during a a fire because that's what I feel with them. It's like whoosh, Tasmanian devil, like from the Bugs Bunny. Rah, 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 rah. It's just bzzz, and they're going, gone, 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 gone. And the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Earth, is that they're doing so much work, and their outside world is moving, moving, moving. So many moving parts, and I just feel like their life is in this frenzy of activity, and I don't feel like they slow down enough to be able to attach or connect emotionally, if that makes sense. And with that, what I'm seeing with all of this is with this firestorm of activity is that they're out trying to outrun something. They are in constant movement because if they stand still, then they have to face the emotions that are bubbling up within them, and they think they can continue to outrun it. And we all think that at some point in our life. But we all know eventually you trip and then boom, here it all gets, and it dog piles on top of them. But right now, I don't feel like they like themselves a whole lot because they're trying to avoid facing these feelings about themselves, and they'll eventually work through that. But right now, they're just a firestorm, and they're showing me, the Tasmanian devil, and then there was a she devil with lipstick. It's like that's what it takes to stop them. And that's not you, and you don't wanna have a firestorm hit another firestorm and be part of that explosion. You're just like, "Okay, let them have their journey." It's a lot of drama. It's a lot of drama, Ashley. So, but that's what, is coming in there. It's not personal. I don't feel like they don't, any, like, liking and loving. They can have attraction, but most of the time, they're just moving at 500 miles an hour, and they can't slow down for anything. It's like an Air Force pilot, Mach 500 with their hair on fire. So, that's what's coming in for you, Ashley. I would, I feel like spirit's nudging you going, "Just observe," and it's nice to look at from a distance, but for daily interactions, they're encouraging you to continue forward. All right. So that's what they have for you. Let me just see where I'm at here next. So we got that. We did that one. We did that one. All right. So Sloka sans share. You're the next free reading, but I do have a donation coming in. So thank you so much, Sari. And we give that donation some love there. Thank you very much. And you want to know, how does Jay, the Leo, truly feel about you? All right, let's take a look here. Now, of course, other people's feelings toward us are really tell us a lot about themselves, right? Because they're looking in a mirror when they're looking at us, so they don't really see us clearly anyway. They're just looking at themselves in a mirror. Those Leos, just kidding, Leos. You're like, true Leos would be like, you're not wrong. So how do they feel about you? Let's take a look here. Truly feel about you. All right. All right. See what we got going on here. Right. All right. Yeah, I see that here. Well, below the surface, at the bottom of the deck, we do have here Page of Water. So below the surface, there is this loving feeling, you know, that they haven't lost that loving feeling. Speaking of, what was that from Top Gun? There's they haven't lost it because I don't feel like they're aware of it at some point. It's just kind of bubbling below the surface. But the feelings they have, one off the bat here, they love this three of pentacles is this uniqueness, and they love how you are true to your authentic self, that you don't you live unapologetically you. You're not rude about it. You're not like, take it or leave it, flipping people off or whatever. You're just like, people will tell you, things like, "Well, why are you wearing that? Why you acting that way? Da, da, da." You're like, "Okay, well, thank you. Appreciate your feedback." But you're like, "I just like this for me," and you have this inner confidence that they see here. And I like that 3. You must have a lot of creativity that you express because you got another 3 too with the 3 of cups, and you have this joy, that exudes from you, and they like it. It's like you just have this, I was gonna say this air about you. I'm looking at the page of air too, and there's this air about you of joy, and because you have this gleam, it's like, maybe earlier in your life, you might have, like all of us, looked at things and chose to look at what's wrong with things. I think you just grew tired of it very quickly when you were younger. And you're like, I hate feeling that way. I'm going to choose joy instead. Why sweat the small stuff? I feel like you're so much ahead of the game of life with that here. Because with this page of air, this is a new thought, new belief, and you have unique thinking, and they do like this about you too. But I really feel like it's a breath of fresh air. You have an open mind, but you have you have an open mind. You'll hear what other people have to say, but you're pretty stubborn about your own belief, but you don't force it on others, and you'll be open to hear from others. You don't like shove it down anyone's throat, um but you do have some very unique, new fresh ideas around things, and they really like this. They're like, "You're not normal," and I love it. They also see you here, with this, Queen of, Cups, very intuitive, very connected, uh, and with the Queen of Water, there's this, um, nurturing type of energy that comes in here too, but they do notice that you're very intuitive, um, not that you go around, like the Long Island medium going, "Oh, I sent your father," but you know things and you can sense things and you see right through things, and they're like, it scares the crap out of them, that it's like you can see right through everything, but they also like it. Again, refreshing type of, energy that comes in there. Um, and this is what the 3 of air, the 3 of swords, and the devil card, all of this has to do with thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, right? And Capricorn, devil, Saturn energy, uh, you know, the when you have all of this, um, because you see through everything, you're able to just pinpoint stuff, and they can't run from their stuff, right? Their poo poo cock a doo doo. And not that you call them on it, but you don't sugarcoat it either. You're just like, maybe this is what's going on, and they're like, "What the hell?" So you have all this wonderful stuff they see, and this is what scares the crap out of them, is that, they're seeing the things that have kept them, um, feeling restricted and bound in the past. And a lot of this I feel isn't because of things that you necessarily say. You just you being you rattles people's cages, because especially this authenticity of being who you are. Oh, well, there you go. Wow. Wow. I love that combo. I'm also a Capricorn rising, so I get you. See the world through the eyes of the devil, Saturn energy. Do the work, do the shadow work, because there's reward, people. Come on. But I feel like you just living your life. Um, it shows people because you live so authentically that it irritates some people because it shows their darkness, right? It's like, if people are wearing gray robes, like even dark gray robes, when they're hanging around a lot of people with black robes, they feel like they're bright light, and then you come in with this bleach, bright white, glowing cape and robe, which makes them look like, their capes are black because and it's like the starkness of the contrast just makes them go, "Wow." And, of course, people tend not to like that in the beginning, but, I like this individual, I like this Leo because they are okay facing these things, and they're not afraid, courageous Leo that they are. I love this combination, they really just see you in such a unique, beautiful way. It's like they're just like, "Wow, you're so odd." I love it. And it's great. You know, I, uh, I like the energy that comes in here. So, yeah, I had a feeling with the 6 of cups, I feel like you do have this past life connection between the 2 of you too, and I bet you feel this with them where, it's like you feel like you've known them before in this lifetime, and it's like this running into someone, like a best friend that you knew when you were young, but you're like, you didn't know him in this lifetime, you just have known each other, and even if you knew him in this lifetime, it's like, that there's this deeper connection that's very, very deep, and so you definitely do have, um, past life connections with them, that you're recognizing, and that's a big draw that you have between the 2 of you too. So, I do like that. Oh, yeah, saying below the surface, you guys were lovers in a past lifetime here. And I like that. Boom, boom, shakalaka boom, boom. And if you are interested, and if anyone's interested in past life readings, I do those as well, and all of my personal readings are half off between now to the end of the year, so if you wanna dig deeper into those, check out the description box of the video, that information's down there too, so interesting, I love it. Alright, so that is what they have for you, sorry, and, I like it. Oh, look it. So thank you for your additional donation. Boom, boom. Give that some love too. So random. Why do you find it difficult to look at his photos? Not in a bad way. You feel good but have a hard time. Oh, interesting. Let's take a look here. I feel like they remind you of someone. Let's take a look here though. Yeah. Hmm. Interesting. You feel overwhelmed. Yeah, we got the strength card, Leo energy coming in here. So it's like, yeah, were there other Leos in your life? But you got this solid foundation. You got the 4 of cups and the 4 of pentacles, the 4 of earth. So there's this solid foundation that's here. Mm. You got the 9 of pentacles too, which is about your independence and this um energy here with this. And then we have the elder of water, which is the king of cups, balancing of heart and mind. You know, it feels there's this combo of 3 things, of course. We know, yeah, right now, that, of course, that they've got this energy of past life connections, and so they're looking at their picture. I feel like you have, like, a gift similar, to what I have as well, where, my friends can show me a picture of someone, and I can tell them all about the person. Um, you can do it without a picture, but if you have a picture, It's just like you can look into their eyes and you just know their soul, right? And I feel like that connects you. When you look at their picture, you're seeing into their soul, which is triggering a lot of these past life emotions and connections that come in here. And so we have that's coming in here. Um, and I feel like there's a small piece of they remind you of someone else from this lifetime, though, that it triggers some subconscious stuff within you. And then thirdly, if that wasn't enough, I feel like there's also this you're very independent. You're very, very independent. And these feelings that you have, this connection, you could totally see this solid foundation and this and there's this some of it's your again, the stubbornness of like, I don't want someone telling me what to do. And I feel like that goes back to some old beliefs and experiences. It's like, oh no, am I gonna, end up with someone who's bossy and trying to control me again? No, I don't want to lose my independence. And so there's a combination of all three of these things. But I agree that I think the majority of it is that energy that you sense looking into their eyes and their soul and these past life connections are just so strong, especially during this eclipse season, which has been lasting for what, about 6 to 8 weeks before the eclipses happened, 6 to 8 weeks after. So there's this huge, period of time that we have here going on, where everything's been expanded and extreme too. So, there's that as well. But definitely, I feel like it's just why it's so overwhelming because there's so much energy that you're feeling from them when you access his energy, and so that makes sense, but of course, and if you haven't um developed this empathic kind of gelatin mold around you like a shield. I talk about I have a video series called Take 10 with Zen. If you go to my main page at the very top, and it's around episode 9, give or take 4 or 5 episodes somewhere. But you'll see it because it'll talk about um, developing an empathic bubble and also the true gift of an empath. And I feel like those could help you with that energy too, to where it's not so overwhelming. You can kind of mute it a little bit so you can look at his picture. So you can just stare at his picture and go, oh, no, I'm just kidding. That's not you. You're like, meh. So I like that for you, sorry. So hopefully that brings in some clarity around that. And again, thank you so much for your additional donation. And if you do want any past life readings to go, what were we together in a past life? You can check those out in my description box. All right. So thank you again. Excited for you and your little journey there. All right. And Danielle Pena, thank you so much for your donation. Give that some love there. All right. And you go, what are Adam's feelings and intentions and are in regards to you? Oh, oh, you're fine. So what are and I totally read it in. I didn't even notice it wasn't there. So what are Adam's feelings and intentions in regards to you? I'm just gonna shuffle these up real quick here. See what we got here. What are Adam's feelings? Feelings. Okay, feelings and feelings. And then what are intentions? Intentions. And what's at the bottom of the deck? Ooh, okay. So at the bottom of the deck, below the surface, the energy that's going on is the Ace of Cups, which has to do with self love, but also new love. So we like that bubbling below the surface here. So that's the energy that's kind of guiding things here. Let's take a look here. And okay. All right. Well, we definitely have some passion here. So the feelings and there are emotion too. So we'll do that first so it doesn't seem so like they're a horny dog wanting to hump your leg. But we got the 7 of Cups, which is so many different emotions that are, triggering up and bellowing up within him here, and I like that. It's emotional confusion, which it's alright, you know? Yeah, we will definitely allow them to have emotional confusion around us because it's like, "Yeah, feel all those emotions, baby." And we've got the Magician, we've got the 7 of Fire, and the 9 of Fire. So there are a lot of these passions that are rolling up within him here, right? The wand suit is all about passion, energetic attraction, physical attraction, is included in that. So there definitely are this draw here, which is, when we talk about intentions next, this magician card, there's all this fire fueling, wanting them to, take action and move forward on things too. So we like that with all of this coming in here. So a lot of passion, a lot of emotion too. I mean, you got both 7 of fire and 7 of water. The odd numbers, represent like conflict, I guess you could say, or like a clog, right? If you think of like an 8, 4 on each side, it's a very smoothing stream in the middle, but you add like a 7 or a 9, and bam, there's this big boulder in the middle that's clogging the flow of things. And we'll see here with the intentions. I feel like we'll get to the bottom of it here. But so they've got all this, and you're just like, well, why aren't they sharing it? And you're like, clog. They need a rotor rooter or some Drano. Let's get that flowing, right? So I like all that. And let's see what their intentions are here. Okay, yeah. So I do see here, the intentions are to share the equal passion. Here's the fire, and that's usually where a lot of stuff happens, right? We of course want people to love us and be attracted to us, not love us and not be attracted to us, or be attracted to us and not love us. But if we had a choice, it would be the latter, right? But but we like this equal passion, is what one of their intentions are, is that for this to be equal, they want a reciprocal attraction between the two of you. And the Hierophant here tells me that they really are um, being invited here to find out the capital T truths of what they really, really want. And that's where this clog is coming in, because we've got the 3 of air, which is the fear of heartbreak, the fear of disappointment. And that's what has held them back before. And that's what comes in because, you know, when we're going to be investing energy and being vulnerable and opening ourselves up, we want to make sure it's worth our while, right? We want to make sure it's what I truly want before I jump head over heels into something. They've done it before, they learned fools rush in and then fools explode and have their heart taken out, thrown on the ground, stomped on, and given back to them. And he's had that before, which is what this clog is. It's like they've had this um not so nice relationships in the past, and I feel like they're a pretty giving individual. Um but there's people that took advantage of it, and they used to just blindly trust, but they very quickly overcame that when enough people did it here. Yeah, and here's the Page of Water coming up. So you got the Ace of Water, Ace of Cups, and the Page of Cups. So they are looking for this higher love, And they're building up the strength and the courage to step forward here. So I do like this. They have intentions of um, just sucking it up and going for it here, but it's just taking a little bit of time here. Yeah, yeah. Here's as I say that, the Hanged Man taking a little bit of time. The Hanged Man is like that things are transforming. It is a patience card. It's worth it for sure there. Yeah. So I do like this for you, Danielle. It just feels very, um, I don't know. I'm very excited. I like their energy. Um, it, they almost feel noble. I'm almost like knight-ish, but they've had a lot of battle wounds too, and which um, they almost remind me of Henry Cavill in Witcher, how in their heart they've got a huge heart, but they've got such a tough exterior at times. But but even but I don't feel like you see a tough exterior, but you see it when they interact with certain other people. You're like, whoa, I didn't see that, because they have this openness with you. So interesting. I like it. I like where this is headed though. So enjoy your adventure. He's a Capricorn. Oh, yeah, those Capricorns can be hot. Very, very sensual energy too. Look out, look out. All right. But that's what they have for you, Danielle. So again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And I'm excited for the adventure. Hopefully you'll keep us in the loop. I live vicariously through all you guys' relationships. I'm a monk now. All right. So we left off with Shloka Sancher. Hello, hello. You want to do did your soul contract with P end or do you have unfinished business? All right, let's take a look here. Let's see what we've got here. You know, I feel like there's some unfinished business. I know. I was hoping for something different for you. But you got the 7 of Pentacles, which is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And you got the 6 of Cups, which is past life connection, which would talk about soul contract here. Just um, a little bit more unfinished business that comes through here for you. Let's see anything on here. Well, you have the 8 of Pentacles. So things are moving and things are moving towards their end. So you are at the end of it here. Things are flowing to the end. So it's not too much longer. Yeah, I got 6, 7, 8. It's going in order, right? 6 of water, 7 of earth, 8 of earth, 6, 7, 8. So it is going on its direction here. It's just almost done. Not much more and then you will have learned what you each have wanted to learn and seen what you've wanted to see in there going through there. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. Fire spawn, you're so funny. Hot as hell. The devil card. All right. So let's see. We did that one. We did those. We did those. We did those. All right. Alexis, you are up. So you want to ask, is Kyla, are they going to pass away? Oh, okay. Let's take a look here, Alexis, and see. Is Kyla going to pass away? Like in the near future? We all are going to pass away, right? But I know you're wanting to know, like, soon. I know. And sorry if I shocked anyone by letting you know that. What? We don't live forever? Not in this human form. Um, we've got the judgment card, which is the higher self calling. to a higher place, and we've got this challenging energy. We're just talking about Capricorn doing the work and this revelation here. You know, this Judgment card is really this calling home kind of energy, which I normally don't get. And the Devil card is this energy of the work is done and now the reward comes. And I feel like they've had enough, you know, and I get it. I can understand that. I keep tell my my host, we're like, I've had a good life. I'm okay. If the world ends, I'm okay. You know, I've had enough. I don't wish it, but if it happens, I'm okay. And I feel like that's the kind of energy that they have. They're like they feel like they're being drawn home, and that their work and what they've wanted to accomplish here is pretty much done. And so I do feel like that's, nudging towards, yeah, they are wanting to return back to the other side. So that's what's coming in, Alexis. So hang in there. And just remember that, if it helps at all, we are all eternal. We never fully go away. Our energy never changes. It just transforms and we just withdraw back because we're not here completely. We are a giant soul, a spiritual being. And when, like, our human existence is like the fingernail on our pinky, that's our humanness. But this is the expansiveness, and we're existing up there already. We're just having a little finger puppet, having this lifetime, and when we're done, we just remove our finger and we're back up there, um, on the other side. So that's what's coming in, Alexis. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. And then we are to you, Fire Spawn. You want to know, will Sam see your recent message? He's been busy, so you're not sure. All right, let's take a look here and see if they have that here. Will they see? Can you clarify that one for me? Okay. Well, I feel like it's gonna take them a while. The Knight of Earth, the Knight of Pentacles, the slowest moving knight. So they eventually see it here. And we've got the Three of Swords and the Strength card too. Three of Swords is like, that's disappointing energy, fear. And so whatever message this is, it sparks something. But they've got this strength, and I feel like the reason why it sparks a fear in them is just, I feel like with all this busyness that they have going on, that they misread it the first time around and they're like, what? But they've got this strength and this courage, and I just feel like it doesn't phase them. But because with courage doesn't mean not having fear; it just means moving forward anyway with what we're fearing. So I feel like they have like this, and then they work through it anyway, and they respond, and then they realize, oh, that's not what you meant. They just need to slow down and read what you said, not assume that, uh, what you mean. Because I feel like they're just so if that makes sense, but that's what's coming through. All right. So many blessings to you, Fire Spawn. Yeah, eventually. All right. And then MK, hey, hey, I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. And so your free question is, how would you be, let's say you and your future spouse first talk. So how would be me and my future spouse's first talk? So your first conversation with your future spouse, how is that conversation going to go? All right. Let's take a look here. What Spirit wants you to know. All right. All right. Well, we do have here, it feels very victorious with the Chariot card. A lot of movement, a lot of decision making that's made with the Chariot card. And the Knight of Air too, movement of thought and belief and movement of communication. So these are definitely positive things here. We've got the Capricorn, Saturn, Devil energy here making itself known again. So this is the challenging, and I feel like that's kind of a lot of the conversation and the choices that have to be made, because there are some differences in upbringing and beliefs and different things. And I feel like those come up in conversation of the first talk that happens. But you work it out. That Knight of Air and, the Chariot shows victory, that you move through it. And as you approach it and know that it's going to be there, it's like, okay, what's important here? What is truly important, and being open minded. And I feel like both of you are, and it feels very flowy. And I like that. So that's what's coming in. I like it for you there. And then Zarna, you said, can you ask a question? And I don't see a question. So if you're still here, you definitely can ask a question. All right. Let me see here. We did that one. We did that one. All right. And then we have Hot Sun. Hello again. What are Matt's feelings and next actions? And I'm going to be on for about 7 more minutes. And then I'll be headed off to my praying mantis session for this evening. But I will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So if I don't get to someone, big apologies. I try to get through as many as I can, but I will be back tomorrow morning if you'd like to join us then, or if you want to join us in the praying mantis session. To be a YouTube member at the praying mantis level is $7.99 a month. Gives you full access to all of the free readings that we have after my main free readings too. And we have a special Q&A on Thursday night for 2 hours. All right. So what are Matt's feelings and next actions? And can we look at the card on the bottom too? Maybe. All right, let's see here. All right. So feelings and next actions. So the feelings that we have here, we've got the 6 of air, and I feel like they're in their head a lot, because the air is the minds, and it's moving of thought and belief and mindset that's coming in here. Next actions, got the Knight of Earth, the Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving Knight of them all, so it takes time for them to take action. We've got the movement card here, which is promising. It's not like, another patience card. It at least says it takes time, but not as much time as it normally would take. It's speeding up here. And I feel like it's because the bottom of the deck, we have the Elder of Fire, the King of Wands, which is fiery, passionate movement person. So they have this energy of movement. It's like an Emperor Aries and type of energy, where they want new beginnings, they want movement, they want to act, they want to have action. But it's taking first this movement of thought and belief and mindset for them to take action on it, because there's some, that's letting go of some fears, so, and some expectations, so that they can move forward. They just, feel like they just, so many roles that they've had in the past that they're letting go, which I like, because we're all inundated with them. But there's this, you know, movement and release of things, because it just becomes too much work to try to live up to all those things, right? All right. So that is what they have for you, Hot Sun. So many blessings to you. All right, let's see here. We've got that one. We did that one. Okay, we did that one. All right. And then it looks like Arcana Rao, you were up here. You want to know Srinava Rao, emotional missing you. And I think you said something down below. Let me just see if you clarify down here. Okay, so you want to know if they are missing you. All right. So let's take a look here. Let's see. Are they missing you? All right. So we've got like this mixture here. We've got the Six of Water, the Six of Cups, which like memories, nostalgia. They are thinking about the good times that you guys had together that are here. This Page of Fire, though, also tells me that there's this new passion of someone new that's, you know, taking their attention too. So they're reflecting a little bit back here, but I don't feel like with this Page of Fire that they move backward. I feel like their personality and their energy is more like a grass fire. Grass fires consume, they don't go backwards. There's nothing from them to go back to because they consume it and they can only go forward. And so I feel like they reflect back, but they can never go back. This is their personality and their characters now, is that they can't go back, they only move forward, forward, forward. So, they do have memories, and I don't feel like they miss anyone, though. I don't feel like they have the emotional, um, just capacity to miss. They just are looking at the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. They only reflect back and reflect on good things, and they keep going forward, though. It's not like they go back to miss and wanna return to it. They just go back and go, "Oh, what a great time that was. I want more of that, but, this way," you know? And that's the kind of energy that's coming in with that. So, it's not personal for you, like, I don't feel like they miss anyone. It's their personality, and I like that they're if they've moved on and they're moving forward, I would almost say, "Thank God for unanswered prayers," because you don't wanna get burned twice by that grass fire. And so you've learned what you've needed to learn, and then, things can move forward, in your life. Right, and that's what they have there for you. And let me see where we're at here. All right. So, Die Baby 777, you'll be my last reading for this session since I'm about to I'd normally be headed out right now, but you're the last one that I didn't get to. So, as far as I could see, if I missed anyone else, my apologies. We will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So let's take a look here, Die Baby, and see what does Spirit want you to know right now. All right. So I see here we've got the Nine of Air, the Nine of Swords, and the Magician card. And I like this because this is you overcoming the nightmares, right? The fears that have been holding you back or keeping you up at night, or nightmares, whatever has been feeling, this fears that have been making themselves known, we'll call it, because the nine is this energy of, this energy of reflecting upon your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. And with that freedom, this release that comes from you looking at them, you step into your power here with the Magician card. And I like that, we do have the Temperance card here, which is the tempering, the transformation that's happening in your life and the things that are moving forward there. And I like that for you here because the Four of Earth, the Four of Pentacles is a solid foundation. And I feel like what this all comes into here is this energy of creation of a place that feels like home. And and there's this clarity that's coming in, this power that's coming in, that's allowing you to, remove the fears that keep you from that. And in releasing these fears and becoming aware of those fears, you're able to transform. And the temperance, the alchemy of changing like this base metal to gold speeds up, and I feel like it moves you fast towards this feeling of capital H home, which, they say home is where the heart is, right? And where these emotions are that are there. And I like that. There is this energy that comes in, um, of just where your inner child feels safe and secure, And it's like you're formulating, is that a good word? Formulating, you're growing, you're building this energy of home. And no matter where you go, you have this energy of home within you. It's like a turtle carrying a shell on their back. And I like that for you. So there is this empowerment that's coming, this energy that's changing within you, with these fears being turned down and transformed, and it's like your love vibrations going higher, and you just feel this warmth. It's like your solar plexus chakra is growing to this huge, massive sun. And I like that for you. That's what they have for you, Dye Baby. So many blessings to you. Thank you guys again for all of you that gave the video a thumbs up. It does help spread the Zen love, and you're part of the Love Tsunami. And actually, I'm headed out here, Kat. It came in the last second. But I'll be back tomorrow morning if you would like to join me then at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. And to everyone, just know that as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you guys again, much love to you. You hang in there, you take care. Until I see you again, enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're out in the world, and we'll see you soon. You take care.